In recent years, the men's rights movement has gained traction in India, with activists claiming that men are victims of systemic injustices. Let's dive into this phenomenon with a dash of humor and a pinch of skepticism. Men's rights activists, MRAs, argue that men face discrimination in family law, divorce, child custody, and even domestic violence. But, is this really a case of men being oppressed, or is it just a case of misplaced entitlement? MRAs have long targeted Section 498A of the Indian Penal Code, which protects women from domestic violence. They claim it's misused to harass men. However, data shows that while some cases are false, the majority highlight real violence against women. The Johnny Depp vs. Amber Heard case has become a rallying cry for MRAs worldwide. They argue that men are often falsely accused and victimized. But, isn't this just cherry-picking cases to fit a narrative? MRAs often reference historical figures and cultural norms to justify their claims. Let's examine these references with a comic lens. Ancient India, where men were often depicted as gods or heroes. In ancient India, men were often depicted as gods or heroes. But, this doesn't mean they were oppressed. It's like saying, I was a king in a past life, so I deserve a throne now. MRAs overlook the structural benefits men receive in a patriarchal society: social access, economic power, and safety. It's akin to complaining about being too rich because you have too many cars to park. Critics argue that the men's rights movement often veers into misogyny, using anti-feminist rhetoric to undermine women's rights. This is like trying to fix a leaky faucet by blaming the water. Some MRAs have even worshipped Elon Musk in a puja, symbolizing their admiration for hypermasculine figures. It's as if they're saying, we need more billionaires to save us from feminism. MRAs have boycotted films like Darlings, claiming they promote domestic violence against men. It's like protesting a movie about climate change because it doesn't show enough polar bears. The men's rights movement often ends up being a comedy of errors, misinterpreting data, ignoring systemic issues, and focusing on individual grievances. It's like trying to fix a broken leg with a band-aid. While false allegations do occur, they are far outnumbered by real cases of violence against women. It's like saying, I once got a parking ticket unfairly, so all parking tickets are unjust. Some MRAs have called for a marriage strike to protest laws they feel are biased against men. It's akin to saying, I won't get married until all marriages are perfect. The men's rights movement in India is a complex issue, often clouded by misinformation and misogyny. While legitimate grievances exist, they are overshadowed by a narrative that denies systemic patriarchy and power imbalances. Perhaps it's time for MRAs to engage with feminist discourse rather than opposing it. After all, equality is not a zero-sum game where one gender must lose for the other to win. It's more like a game of Jenga, where everyone wins if the structure doesn't collapse.